Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning briefing here with Friedman Adventures. It is so great to be back with you all again. I'm telling you, it's an absolutely gorgeous morning in Southern California. The heat is already starting, and if you haven't been paying attention, there's going to be a heat wave today and tomorrow that demands that you go fishing, that you get out to the beach and do your thing, because it is going to get hot, maybe up toward 100 degrees in some areas, shattering some records here in Southern California as the mercury just is going to go flying up in thermometers around town. It's great to be with you. We've got a lot to cover with you, man. Fishing, bluefin, a good sign of yellowtail, all kinds of stuff going on. Before we get to that, I want to remind you that right down the street from us here in Southern California, KC Anglers is going to have their club meeting tonight. I'm going to try to make it. My schedule's a little crazy right now, so no promises, but I always enjoy my time at KC Anglers. It's a lot of fun, and they have so many raffle prizes, great speakers. I hope you can get over there and say hello to them. Also, I want to mention Big Fish Bait and Tackle, because surf fishing is also starting to heat up. It's really starting to get good. A lot of corvina here recently, and in fact, it's getting so good the fish are jumping out of the ocean. I was walking down here, and what do I see? A fish flopping in the sand, and I walk over, and it's a big old smelt. They got chased out of the water by who knows what, right? I mean, was it a dolphin? Was it a great white shark? Was it the biggest halibut anybody's ever seen? Or is my imagination just going and running crazy here this morning? Probably that one. All right, and I want to thank some sponsors. Of course, Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach. Dawa, our rod and reel sponsor, doing so many great things. Opsin, fluorocarbon, fish with Opsin. You'll get more bites. www.opsinusa.com. And put in FA at checkout. You'll get a free gift. Ventura Sport Fishing, man, they are doing it up there, catching lots of fish. Great way to beat the heat right now. Go up there and jump on the California, the extended half-day run with my good friend Steve Virtue. Or you can go and jump with Cody Rogers. Jump with Cody Rogers. Just jump up and down on the Island Spirit on their three-quarter day run. Cody will, you might dial 911 if you see jumping around. Jump on board with them. And of course, Tucker up there on the Endeavor doing his thing. Could go around on some big halibut. Had a sea bass. Maybe we'll see some of that here in our future. That looks very, very good. 22nd Street Landing, beautiful San Pedro, California, our home studio. It's so beautiful there. The guys have so many great boats. That fleet is growing all the time. Really, really good stuff down there at 22nd Street Landing. Malahini Sport Fishing, Bill Wilkerson down there out of H&M Landing. Bill's a great guy, and he's been doing his thing in San Diego, catching some fish. Watch for some yellows to pop up there around the Coronado Islands, but they've got bluefin tuna crawling up there right now. So let's get into it. Let's cover it all for you. All right, bluefin tuna. That's where we're going to start with today, because that bluefin bite in San Diego, off Ensenada, and moving closer to Point Loma, and who knows where else those fish are, is just getting better and better and better. Last night, tremendous limit style fishing on several boats. Private boaters who checked in with me. Easy limits fishing, knife jigs at night, and I mean right as the sun is setting, those fish are going on the bite. Most of it's 25 to 40, but some fish exceeding 100 pounds. And the prediction by so many folks this year, Mike Morrison over there at 22nd Street Landing, I like that prediction, because if we don't get a 400 pounder this year, Mike's going to jump in the water in his underwear, and I'm going to film it. If you watch that video, Mike jumping in his underwear, and you're trying to diet, sure, it will kill your appetite immediately. I'm positive of that. I'm certainly going to watch it if that does happen. Also, Bobby Taft over there on the Top Gun 80. Bobby says look for a 400 pounder. We've got the great gear now, 2-speed, 3-speed reels. All of those things can help. So that bluefin tuna bite really accelerating. And of course, Mexican seiner pressure is just not going to happen this year, because of the fact that the Mexican seiners have reached their quota, and they are not going to be fishing that bluefin tuna anymore. So that is all fantastic news. We are really looking down the barrel of a tremendous season for bluefin tuna, and I can't wait to get out on the Friedman Adventures charters. I've already posted them there on Facebook. Just go to Friedman Adventures on Facebook and jump on a charter before it's too late. We're out with Tucker on the Endeavor later this month, sold out. Our June trip on board the Amigo sold out. Got a few spots left now on board the Pride. Only 14 anglers on that trip, and we'll be sailing on July the 5th. That's got bluefin, white sea bass, yellowtail, who knows what written all over it. That should be really good. Arnie Sport Fishing is based in Ensenada, and Arnie is on the bluefin right now. I haven't gotten a report. I talked to him early in the madrugada, in the very early hours of today, and Arnie was headed out there, so we'll see if he gets any daytime fish today. Once again, you can look him up on Instagram or on Facebook, Arnie's Sport Fishing. Arnie's Sport Fishing. My friend Diego Nuno. Of course, many of you know Diego is a deckhand on board the Royal Star. Diego had some really good local yellowtail fishing yesterday. Colt Sniper and Tatty 45s were the key. Take a look at those yellows, really nice fish. And of course, he will be out fishing until he goes back to the Royal Star later this month. And he's got a fill-in guy. That's Costa Baja. Costa Baja on Facebook, Instagram. I fished with Diego. You're going to love it. My kids love it. It's such a great time. He fishes hard, knows what he's doing. Very fishy guy. And the kid that he's got running his boat now, Ernie, same exact thing. Nice sport fishing down there. Those yellows are starting to get on the bite, and that is all really good news. And I love going down there to Ensenada. Incidentally, later this month, we'll be at the Hotel Del Mar in Rosarito Beach. You can bring your fresh fish to us. We'll have it cooked up there. Poolside, beautiful grill. More on that later. I'll keep you up to date on that. So San Diego is really coming together. And, you know, nobody's been out on Tanner Bank. I've got to think those bluefin are back out there again. There's fish really close to Point Loma that private boaters are taking advantage of here this morning, getting some daytime fish. So that's looking really, really good. As I mentioned, those yellows in Ensenada, there's yellows off La Jolla. That is all coming together and looking so good. So excited about this year. It's going to be a big one. It's just all the signs are there. Not only do we have that going on, but the cooler water suggests the possibility of albacore. Turn to Bobby Taft. He was the one who brought it up, not me. When I was on the Top Gun 80 on that Betts trip with him, he said with this anchovy, this cooler water, it all bodes well for an albacore season to manifest itself this year. Oh man, I'm praying for that, because if we had albacore and we had bluefin and we had white sea bass, I mean, Southern California has become the envy of sport fishermen across this nation. It is really spectacular fishing that we've got going on here right now. Ventura Sport Fishing, those boys up there, as I mentioned, had a go-around on some halibut and sea bass, and they just continue to really rock out on some excellent fishing with regard to whitefish and bottomfish, some of the best eating fish in the sea. So as I previously mentioned, Steve Virtue's running the California, the old Matt Walsh. It's extended half day. You can catch a lot of fish with Steve. And also over there with Cody Rogers on board the Island Spirit. He goes out to the islands, does really, really well just about every single day. Surf fishing starting to really improve. I don't know if anybody behind me has caught a fish yet. You're watching for me. Let me know if you see that, but it's really improving. And this solar warming with this heat wave can only get this thing going better. Now, as I mentioned, along the beaches here, there's sandworms, there's been grunion runs, there's sand crabs. The ocean's nice here and should be that way for the next couple of days. You're going to get some solar warming. There should be some good halibut fishing, yellowfin croaker fishing, and you might also try for the corvina, because I've seen an increase in that here lately. They're wily creatures. They are very discriminating feeders. A piece of mussel, a ghost shrimp, sandworm cast in front of their noses, and you can get a bite. So you've got to pay attention, and you'll see them. They're right there at your feet. Sometimes you can overcast, so keep your eyes open. You see one swimming, you get a little exercise. Jog on up ahead of it, 10, 12 feet, and put your bait right where that fish is going to swim and bite it, and you should be really, really good. Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, right on that intersection, PCH and Seal Beach Boulevard. They're there for all your needs. That is also something to take advantage of, because their knowledge down there and all the baits they have and the tackle. You know, I like walking around throwing a little chrome crocodile or some other type of chrome jig, but You know, Lucky Crafts are super effective. There should be some halibut around. It should look good. And, you know, when I was walking out here, besides fish jumping out of the water, also what I noticed was some dolphin offshore. So they're feeding in here. Some birds starting to pick. All of that just suggests a lot of life, and fingers crossed. Now, I've talked about white sea bass for our future, and Tucker up there on the Endeavor has already gotten a piece of that, and it's starting to look like that could come together. The reason why is because we were blessed with this cool water this past year, and with that cool water, we had more market squid in this local region around here. And I'm talking about Channel Islands was the epicenter instead of Monterey the previous year, so it was much further north last year. So that squid came down, but we've also had squid here right behind my back at Catalina Island, and that is the magnet. That is the draw to game fish, and that sets up in the wintertime and then manifests itself here in the spring normally, and then certainly summertime is a great time to catch sea bass, yellows, big halibut, anything that is attracted by that squid, which pretty much covers all our game fish here. So once again, I think we're setting up for a great season on sea bass and halibut and yellows and everything else. And I like, for those kind of trips, June and July, they're overlooked. People have gotten their head that that's going to be tuna at that time or yellows. But those are really good sea bass months. Sometimes July is even better than June. We, however, have that trip on the Amigo that is sold out on June the 15th. And I'm loving that trip because it's a 2-day trip. So we can go to Tanner and fish bluefin one day and then come back and fish sea bass if they're biting. And it just gives you so many options. And in a season like this, the way things are laying out, it looks like it's going to be a great one. And the limit of white sea bass goes from 1 to 3 the night we depart on board the Amigo, June the 15th. July the 5th on the Pride, I'm thinking that's gonna be an awesome trip for so many reasons. 14 anglers, those guys on the Pride work so hard, and we've got every option available to us, and those guys will burn as much fuel as is necessary to give you the trip of a lifetime. So that looks really exciting and really, really good. Once again, we have so many different things going on here on the channel. So you might want to click on playlists and you'll be able to see all the stuff we're doing. You can see, for example, rigging techniques. And if you're into food, you'll see food in Vietnam when I was there doing a motorcycle trip. There's also a section that says Vietnam. There's one that says Mexico. So if you're interested in any of those beautiful places, you can click on there. Perhaps your wife or somebody else would be interested. And so I do highly recommend you click on playlist and check out all that we have to offer. We're going to be doing a lot more on food here, so we'll have a chef in to show you how to cook your fish properly, the best ways, and some new recipes. And also I'm going to have a wine expert on here from a vineyard in Malibu to help you select the wine with the proper fish. If you happen to be a wine snob, you'll be able to do that. And also how to cook your fish in the correct wine and all sorts of other stuff. So that should be really, really good. All right, bluefin tuna fishing off the hook. Those yellows that Diego caught down there in Ensenada, I'm really stoked about that. More yellows there off La Jolla. Coronado Islands are going to be rocking and rolling. Look out for all those guys. Malahini, San Diego Grande, Victory, all those guys down there should be having some really great fishing here very, very soon. And in the surf, well, I don't know if that gentleman behind me has caught one yet. I don't think so. I kind of keep an eye on it too. But hopefully that'll get going. It's low tide right now. The heat is upon us. It is really starting to get warm. And I wish you a great day. And one way to beat the heat is go jump on a local boat there out of 22nd Street Landing. Go jump on a local boat out of Ventura Sport Fishing. Go jump on a boat out of your favorite landing. Enjoy the beautiful ambience of the Eastern Pacific. And we'll keep you in touch with all the very latest. Take care, my friends. Thanks for joining us for the morning briefing here on Friedman Adventures. I'll be back with breaking news if there's any of that going on. And of course, our next two podcasts are going to be great ones. Mark Paisano, Sr., the owner of the Independence 22nd Street Landing. He does bait fishing. He goes out and makes bait at night. I mean, you can ask him any question you want during that live show, 7 p.m. On Tuesday night, the following Tuesday, we're going to have Chad from Hook Up Baits, and Chad is going to teach you how to catch yellowtail, bass, rockfish, halibut, you name it, they bite it. And Chad will be here to get you up to speed. All right, who knows? We'll be back with lots more, I'm sure. Take care. Always appreciate it. And if you get a chance, hit that like button and subscribe to Friedman Adventures on YouTube. Man, I can't thank you enough for all of your great support. Have a lovely day, my friend.